Trevor Trotman, ace investigator of extraterrestrial phenomena and weird goings-on. And little would you guess that inside those striped pyjamas is a boy who has had experiences most of us would never even dream about.
Thing is, most of the time it felt like I was dreaming.
But you weren't.
No, I wasn't. At least I don't think so. Everybody did see her.
Saw who?
Julieta.
Julieta who?
She didn't have a second name. She was a dog.
What sort of dog?
An Italian dog. An Italian greyhound. With, sort of magic powers.
A dog with magic powers? Billy Webb was a boy who thought he knew all about swapping. That was before he met Alfonso Bonzo, the Italian exchange student, and swapped his school bag for Alfonso's magic bag.
You like my bag? What do you think? Bit of a special bag, this. Only one like it in the whole world.
Trouble is, there's something the matter with the clasp on this bag. You're supposed to just press it.
And out comes the mouse project. Very good.
One bag for you, one bag for me. Now we are quits. And what do you say, Billy Webb? Maybe another small exchange tomorrow?
Nah, I don't think so.
Hey, Billy Webb, maybe you change your mind when you see what I bring for you. Arrivederci, Billy Webb.
But when he woke up next morning, he wasn't so sure about whether he wanted any more swaps with Alfonso Bonzo.
You ever get the feeling that life's a bit too exciting, Fred? Fat chance, eh? Nah, you know what I mean. Seen you in the state before now. When June Barnacle's rabbit came into our backyard. We don't like to get all hot and bothered. We don't like to be the centre of attention, right? Well, I don't suppose we'll be seeing him again anyway. Mad Italian hippie like him. He can hardly find Splot Street that interesting. Nah. And if he does turn up, just say, no thanks, not today. And that'll be that. Easy. You like a quiet life, don't you? Hang on. What's that? It's him. Right.
Hey, arrivato, Alfonso!
Morning.
And how are you today, Billy Webb?
No, okay, thanks.
And all ready for business?
Nah, not today, thank you.
But I come special to see you today, Billy Webb. My best boy for business. No one but Billy Webb is so good for the swapping. The best swapper in Splot Street.
Yeah, well,
You don't like to swap with Alfonso Bonzo? You didn't like Alfonso's bag?
yeah, it was brilliant. It was magic. But, well, it was a bit too much for me. You know, a bit too hairy.
It's not a hairy bag. Alfonso's bag a very smooth bag.
I mean, it got me into trouble.
Got you in, got you out again. I think Alfonso's bag make you brilliant famous, no?
Well, that's it, see? I don't want to be brilliant and famous.
You are one very strange boy. Okay, so maybe we do a quiet, tiny little swap. A swap so small and discreet, no one will notice.
Well, I don't know.
Bellissimo! What a beautiful boy! Arrivato Alfonso! All the way from Italia just to see the most handsome dog in Splot Street.
Brilliant guard dog. Dead fish.
This one very fine dog you got here, Billy Webb. What sort of dog you calling this dog?
Pizza.
Pizza?
You know, bits of this, bits of that.
Hey, you are one very witty boy, Billy Webb. So, how you like to make a little exchange with Pizza here?
I didn't say his name was Pizza. His name's Fred. And you don't swap dogs.
Fredo. Nice name for a nice dog. Caro Fredo, eh? How you like Alfonso Bonzo? Very much, I think.
Oh, Fred, you're hopeless.
So what do you say, Billy Webb? A little exchange?
Exchange Fred?
Just a little exchange, just how you say lenses. Like the bags. He don't come to no harm, I treat him like my own brother. Hey, Fredo, how you like to come with Alfonso Bonzo? What do you say, Billy Webb? Just for one day. You know Alfonso Bonzo is a man of honor. I know Billy Webb is a boy of honor.
Well, what have you got to swap?
Dog for a dog, Billy Webb. Dog for a dog. No messing about. That's the way Alfonso likes to do business.
Well, I don't see any dog.
Watch. È arrivata Julieta.
Oh, I see. What sort of dog do you call that then?
Italian Greyhound. Very nice dog. With a dog like this, a boy like you could have one brilliant time, Billy Webb.
Is she a biter or a fighter?
She's not a biter, not a fighter, a bit of a dancer, that's all.
A nice looking little dog. Bit fancy for my taste. But does she, does she do any tricks or anything?
Tricks? Watch this. Julieta! Hopla!
Hey, that's good.
You try it, Billy Webb. She do it for me, she do it for you.
Julieta, hopla! Hey, that's great.
You like?
Well, I must admit, Fred doesn't do that.
No, it's maybe good job, eh?
Yeah, not quite his style. It was when she did her hopla thing. Brilliant trick. Jumped up so fast you could hardly see her move.
So you agreed to the exchange?
Yeah, Fred seemed dead keen on the swap too.
So what do you say, Billy Webb? What do you say, caro Fredo?
Just for a day, not all night. My dad likes him to be in at night.
Sure, no problem. I get him home to you 5:30, 6 o'clock, whenever you like.
Okay, it's a deal.
So, arrivederci. Till tonight.
Yeah, till tonight.
So where's Fred?
Out.
Out?
Yeah, let's go out.
What for?
He didn't say.
Had a date, did he?
Yeah, sort of. I gave him his breakfast.
Well, so long as he had his breakfast. But I don't like him having dates.
Oh, he's a grown dog, Mum. He's got his own life to lead.
Yeah, still.
I know. There's a lot of funny dogs about these days.
What are you laughing at, Billy Webb?
Nothing, gotta go, Mum. Late for school.
Billy, where's he going so fast?
School.
Doesn't like school.
Maybe he's got a date.
Oh, Billy?
Maybe Fred's girlfriend had a friend.
What?
Never mind, Mum.
Take your time, folks. Get in a line. 5p each. 5p, you balmy. Take it or leave it. Julieta. Hopla! Julieta. Hopla! Julieta. Hopla! Billy, who counts Ginger Hagen?
Give us a feel of your dog, then.
It'll cost you 5p.
Yeah, all right.
In advance.
Ginger Gahagan never pays in advance. Cash on deliveries, my motto.
Promise.
Your word of honour.
All right then. Julieta. Hopla!
Yeah, good trick, that.
Where's your 5p in?
You must be joking. Never trust a liar and a bully, Billy Webb. Think I'll keep the dog too.
You can't do that! Julieta!
Hey, that dog, you just bit me! What are you laughing at?
So, what's this then, Billy Webb?
Italian greyhound, miss. Good sort of dog, that. Looking after her for a friend, like.
Very pretty.
Thank you, miss.
But you're not allowed to bring dogs to school, and you know that.
Visual aid, miss.
A visual aid?
Yes, miss. Italian greyhound. Like if you was doing a project on Italy, miss. Greyhounds, like, or dogs in general. She'd be dead good visual aid, wouldn't she, miss?
You're getting a bit full of yourself these days, aren't you, Billy Webb?
Dunno, miss. Not trying to be funny with you, honest. I was just explaining. She'd be dead good and quiet if you let her stay, miss.
You sure?
You only have to look at her, miss. You can see she won't muck about. You can see she's not a biter or a fighter. Brilliant, this dog, miss.
What's her name?
Julieta, miss. Italian name, that is.
Yes, I did rather think it might be.
On account of her being Italian, miss.
I'm not simple-minded, Billy.
Sorry, miss. Would you like to see her do a trick? You can see it for nothing if you like. Mostly I charge people 5 pence.
Well, that's very generous of you.
Think nothing of it, miss. It's a pleasure. You've always been fair with me. You've always been a good teacher. It's the least I can do.
Oh, do shut up. Yes, Class 4? Can I help you? Have we nothing to do? No reading cards, no library books, no life-enhancing hobbies? Are we all word perfect for our parts in the Multicultural Assembly? What view do we take of free time in this classroom?
Every fleeting moment is friendly with possibilities.
Indeed it is. So, let me see all those brilliant young noses at the grindstone. Yes, I would like to see her do a trick, please, Billy.
Right. What you have to say is Julieta Hopla.
Are you winding me up, Billy Webb?
No, miss. I wouldn't do that. Come on. I'll lift her down so she can get a good jump at you. Stand over there. Put your arms out.
Julieta. Hopla! Hey! Very good. Fantastic.
Thing is, miss, Julieta's a sensitive dog and she needs a lot of love and company. So I couldn't lock her up and leave her at home, could I, miss?
No, I could see that of you before. All right then, Billy. But goodness knows what Mr. Hardwood's going to say.
He doesn't have to know, does he, miss?
But it's a multicultural assembly, isn't it? And you're part of it, aren't you?
I thought you could look after her, miss. She could sit under your seat. She'd be dead quiet, honest. Mr. Howard will never see her.
OK.
Mrs. Peasgood, could I have the Bhangra dancers and the musicians from Class 4 to get into their costumes, please?
Right you are, Mrs. Kaur. Off you go then, Bhangra people, and the best of luck.
Multicultural assemblies? Bhangra dancing? They didn't have that when I was a lad at school.
Yeah, Bhangra dancing's dead good. Me and Wayne Ratkin were on the drums.
Do my eyes deceive me, or are you stealing the school drums?
I ain't stealing nothing, Mr. Hardwood.
He's one of my musicians, Mr. Hardwood.
Wayne Ratkin? He's evil through and through, aren't you, Ratkin?
Dunno, sir.
He takes his drumming very seriously, Mr. Hardwood. I think it's helping him to become a good and useful boy.
Well, I beg to differ. I think it just gives him more practice for hitting things. All right, carry on.
He's a horrible kid, Wayne Ratkin. But he was always dead good on the drums. He could really whack 'em.
So, what else do they have at these multicultural assemblies?
Oh, lots of stuff. Sometimes it'll go on for hours. Stuff about an Antsy, East West Indian spider. Wama and Sita, Mr. Harwood's dad's miner's helmet. And the Bhangra dancers to finish up with. Parents were invited. 2 or 3 of them would actually come.
And Nancy bounced higher and higher
And higher!
and every time he landed, the ground shook.
And his enemies were so frightened.
They all ran away. And
Nancy got out of the fix again.
Right. Thank you, Nancy, the clever spider. In our multicultural assemblies, we like to remember people who help us. Right. I wonder who can tell me what this is?
It's your dad's miner's helmet,
Right. Now, I wonder who can tell me what these are.
They're your dad's miners' boots, Mr. Hardwood.
They are that, and they are here today because miners are... What are they?
People who help us, Mr. Hardwood.
Right. They help us by going down the mine in darkness and in danger, getting us coal. Nigel Creamer! They show care and consideration for others, unlike some I could name. They do not, for example, put other miners in the face, George Cahagan. And they do not steal the contents of other miners' lunchboxes, Wayne Ratkin. And they do not stick sharp implements up other miners' backsides, Damon Bullwinkle. Care and consideration for others. People who help us. Now, think on. Right then. We'll finish up with Mrs. Corr's Bhangra dancers, I suppose.
The thing about Bhangra dancing was, you never quite knew how it was going to turn out.
How do you mean? Did you just sort of make it up as you went along?
Not exactly. There was this routine you're supposed to do, but sometimes it'd get a bit out of control. It all depended on if Wayne Ratkin got the red mist or not.
How could you tell if he got this red mist?
Well, his eyes would go all red and misty, and he started hitting the drums really fast, like whack bunga bunga whack bunga bunga whack bunga bunga whack.
And what effect did this have?
What? If Wayne Ratkin went whack bunga bunga whack bunga bunga whack bunga bunga whack?
Yeah.
Well, I'd have to try and keep up with him. The dancers would have to go faster, and it was like we'd all catch the red mist off of Wayne Ratkin.
And on this particular day, did Wayne Ratkin get the red mist?
I was coming to that.
Thank you, Mrs. Corr.
Thank you, Mr. Hardwood.
Started off fine. Pretty sure Scott Barnacle were always the best. She had all the right gear, all the way from India. Old Scott had his dad's old love beads round his ankle. Scott Barnacle's dad was one of the love generation, in the 70s. He said he was glad to see his love beads getting into the action again. And old Wayne was fine, keeping this nice steady rhythm. No sign of red mist at all. It was going great. You could see everyone was enjoying it. Even Mr. Hardwood looked happy. And then it happened. Julieta, hopla!
It's not on this. I've known things like this cause international incidents.
Mrs. Corr didn't mind Mr. Hardwood. I think it went down quite well, really. I mean, well, no one came to any harm, did they?
That's not the point. What's his name?
Billy Webb, he's in my class.
New here, is he? New are you, son?
No, Mr. Hardwood. Been here since infants.
I've never seen you before in my life.
You were talking to me just yesterday, Mr. Hardwood.
I was what? I was what? I'll never forget a name or a face, and I've never seen you before in my life. If you think you're here to cause trouble, Billy Webb, you've got another thing coming.
I think everyone appreciated the way you took charge of the situation and caught the dog, Mr. Hardwood.
Well, you don't hold down a job like this for 10 years without developing a knack for that sort of thing. Now, this boy and his dog have held a multicultural assembly up to ridicule.
But she is multicultural, Mr. Hardwood.
Half-wit are you, boy? Don't you know the meaning of a simple word like multicultural?
He means the dog's Italian, you see. She's an Italian greyhound, and I think she has actually come from Italy, hasn't she, Billy?
She's on an international exchange.
Are you trying to be clever, son?
No, sir.
Because I'll tell you something. I don't like people coming to my school and trying to be clever. And I'll tell you something else. I don't draw Section 11 money for dancing dogs from Italy or Timbuktu.
We really didn't know she'd do anything like that, did we, Billy? It's my fault, really, Mr. Hardwood, for letting her go.
Be that as it may, I'm going to confiscate that dog.
You can't do that!
I beg your pardon, young man.
I mean, please, Mr. Hardwood, she's not mine. I'm looking after her for a friend. Please don't confiscate her. It's not fair.
Listen to me, son. You may be new here, but you'll soon learn that they call this school Mr. Hardwood's school. And what I say goes, and what's fair is what Mr. Hardwood says is fair. And I'm saying to you, Billy Webb, that I'm going to confiscate that dog here and now, and it's very likely you'll never see her again in your life.